Former President Jimmy Carter remains in hospice care at his home in Georgia. Entering hospice care usually signals the last stage of life, and Jimmy Carter's has been an extraordinary one.
No kidding. He turned 98 years old this past October and is the oldest living president in American history. But he's probably better known, and in many cases probably more well thought of, for what he did after he left the White House more than 40 years ago. Tonight in the Buckley Report, Bob introduces us to a man who got to know Jimmy Carter as few have, and he's a far better person for it.
Jimmy Carter burst on the national scene in 1976 as the antithesis of all that was happening in politics at the time.
Jimmy Carter was a farmer. He was a businessman. There were times in his life when he was worried about making payroll. Same as me.
For years, Bob Wilson owned a marina construction business in the Lake Norman area, and that expertise came in handy when the former president's organization began doing Habitat for Humanity events.
This was front page in the Charlotte Observer,
including one in Charlotte where Wilson helped out, so when the next one began in Pikeville, Kentucky, Carter called Wilson.
And he asked me why I wasn't there. And I said, well, I have a business to run. Is that a good enough reason? And he said, well, that's an okay reason, but see if you can clear your calendar and come on up and give us a hand.
Which Wilson did, leading to years of working closely together.
The president asked me after the Carter Project to stay with him and help promote his work with Habitat, and I served for the next 6 years as the national director of President Carter's work with Habitat for Humanity.
It was work where the former president and his wife Rosalind were always on the front lines. But it was when the work was done and it was time to relax where Bob Wilson really got to know Jimmy and Rosalind Carter.
This is a picture book of 15 years of fly fishing with the Carters.
Wilson traveled the world fly fishing with the former president.
Here he is on the Pinoy River,
which gave him an intimate look into the life of a man whose integrity, Wilson says, shines through in everything he does.
We've been able to see private moments with both he and his wife that are very special. Sitting around a campfire after dinner, sipping some wine and having some just fun times.
And when it was time for Bob and Annika to become Mr. and Mrs. Wilson, Carter, an ordained minister, insisted on officiating their ceremony, which is why you may be shocked to hear Bob Wilson say,
I never voted for Jimmy Carter.
He says that with a tear in his eye because their experience together has made him wiser.
And if I had known what I know today, there's no question that I would have voted a different. He asked me that once.
As his friend is now waving his final goodbye, Wilson hopes history sees the Jimmy Carter he has.
Getting to know the president and his wife on a personal level has really been one of the true highlights of my life.
Bob Buckley, Fox 8 News.
Amazing to have a former president officiate your wedding. Wow. Well, the Wilsons had dinners with the Carters in their home in Huntersville a few years ago when the Carters took Bob up on his invitation to drop by for dinner if you're ever in the neighborhood. Well, the former president called and gave them about a 10-minute notice and had what the Wilsons say was a wonderful dinner of salmon at their home.